So I'm noticing this, by the way. Before I get into it, I want to talk about the recent games I got for myself recently. I bought myself Half-Life, Gary's Mod, Cryosphere, and another game itself. I believe, Wolfenstein 3D. Now, these games itself, I remember playing. I really enjoyed them because they're part of the kind of life that I remember growing up in. So sorry about that. Because whenever you're having fun and you're enjoying yourself, the point of a game is to allow the player to have fun and enjoy themselves. And to be honest with you, what I'm noticing nowadays, games are different in a way where it's you have to scan a ticket. Like, when was that even fun exactly? You have to scan a passenger's ticket. You have to scan customers' tickets. You have to collect coffee. You have to do all these kinds of mundane tasks in the game. But it's not just me. It was from Night Plane, from the recent game I was watching from what's it called? Yeah, Alpha Bear Gamer. And honestly, the point of a game is to allow the player to have fun, to allow the player to enjoy themselves. And honestly, what I'm noticing is that games are different, in a way where it's based on real life. But real life isn't fun at all. According to Gabe Newell, real life is not fun. You have to do shopping. You have to write your grocery list down and go to the supermarket to get your groceries. You have to walk all the way or get a car to go to your supermarket. And if that's part of the game itself, there's nothing fun about it. Even when other players out there who are expressing their frustration when it comes to GTA 5, where you have to work at a warehouse. It was an area where you have to at a loading bay, and you have to handle this machine to drop one crate to over there and one crate over there. And honestly, the point of a game is to allow the player to have fun. None of that is fun at all. It's you have to enjoy yourself and have fun. That's the point of the game itself, You allow yourself to have fun. You allow yourself to have a good time for yourself, and that's the point of the game. Because it's not just me, by the way, saying this, okay? When you're playing a game away from real life, the point is players need to enjoy themselves away from problems. Let's just say that there's a game called Half-Life. What does it do? It puts you in a world where there's aliens and there's shooting going on, And honestly, with that kind of stuff where you basically are just at this place and you just explore some of the parts itself, it's that kind of stuff I like to see in the game, There's another game that I remember playing. It was Spooky's Jump Scare Mansion. You get into the game immediately, and that's just fun, You don't have to do some paperwork and stuff like that, to enjoy yourself. Because the point is, there's no need for all these mundane tasks in a game, okay? Nothing fun on real life is probably in the game itself. You can basically in a way where you can just enjoy yourself, But it ruins the experience. It ruins and destroys the experience, even when you're basically playing and you're doing these jobs for 18 minutes and the gameplay starts about 8 minutes later. Since when did real life became so necessary in a game? Games like Half-Life exist to make the player feel immersed. The, the games like Team Fortress 2, games like where it's based on what the player wants, what the person really wants in a game to enjoy themselves. And in the end, realism, there's no point of realism. No point. You're there to have fun and enjoy yourself. None of that itself of scanning a customer's ticket and opening the bathroom door and checking the bathroom stall, all that kind of stuff. None of that's fun. It's not fun. It's boring. But honestly, I don't mind people like having fun for themselves. It's just games are different nowadays. What about Need for Speed? What about games that people play when they were young? Like Need for Speed, Underground 2, other horror games itself. Remember seeing stuff where you get to explore. Alright? And with scanning itself, that's not necessary. When it comes to exploring, it's good enough, you get to like explore the world itself. That's what I want to see in a game. You explore the world and you enjoy yourself. It's the good part about the game, And that's what the reality is. So at the end of the day, when you're playing a game or you're buying a game for yourself, stuff like Silent Hill 2, where it's got like a good kind of like feedback on. That's what it is, and in the end, when you're playing games, you're there to have fun. Now, I also want to talk about this, by the way, music. I came across a person on Bigo, and she has this t-shirt on. It's basically Pink Floyd t-shirt. And before then, I bought myself this album of Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon. And whenever I was listening to it for the first time, it made me think about what music's supposed to be, by the way. I've listened to the first track of the music. That's the intro. The second was the introduction to the song itself, And the way Pink Floyd has done that song itself, it was just well engineered, And that's what I like about Pink Floyd, that when you listen to the first part about it, it transitions you to the second song. And the way they do it, beautiful. Like, that's how music's supposed to be, by the way. Like, in a way that just makes you feel welcomed and makes you enjoy yourself, Nowadays, now music is different. In a way, it's like other times, like some rap music and stuff with different lyrics in a way that's like not making any sense. There's like some different instruments that are just giving me a headache, like listen to it, And in the end, honest to God, with like media nowadays, I did like watch this movie by the cinema. It was basically, what's it called? Yeah, my 28 years later. Honestly, yeah. I don't get to explore more of the world or stuff with my 28 years later. I get to explore a little bit, less than 10 minutes, and that's what it is in 28 years later. So at the end of the day, it's different. Like, come on, man. You get to, like, understand what people really want in a game and what they want in a movie. They paid for the movie to enjoy themselves. They left in disappointment because of what these writers and directors have done to the movie itself, You have this game where it's based on realism, and we don't need that. We need games that allows us to have fun, to enjoy ourselves. And we have music out there that is engineered in a way that makes us feel like unappreciated, And there's a song with Moonbeam Ice Cream. No. No. Moonbeam ice cream. Are you... What is that supposed to mean exactly? Moonbeam ice cream. What is that supposed to mean? Honest to God, man, I just noticed that music and the games and movies itself are different. And I don't like it. People pay for the music to have fun. People pay for the games to have fun. People pay for movies to have fun. Away from real life. Okay? In order for them to enjoy a good experience. There's some good movies out there, like The Godfather 2. I have a DVD of The Shawshank Redemption. Haven't seen it, but I noticed that it's actually a good movie. Gonna watch that one day. In the end, when you are buying music, when you're buying a game, when you're buying a movie for yourself, and you have full ownership of that music, full ownership of the movie and the game, and you have that 100 years later, 200 years later, 300, 400 years later, and it's still there, that's your right. Not their right to take it away from you. Your right to keep it for the rest of your life when you pay for it. I pay for my music on Google Play Music, and they took it away from me. And I hate it. They took my music away from me. Google Play Music is gone, and I have YouTube Music. Worst of all, I have to have an internet connection in order to listen to my music, and it sucks. But I pay for the music. Why do I need to get it again? It doesn't make any sense. I don't mind downloading the song even when I paid for it, but it's just, why do I need to go for this kind of experience again when I paid for it?